السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، سيدنا وحبيبنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأزواجه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد. We were talking about the du'as to be recited after the salawat, after the fard prayers. And we said to recite istighfar 3 times. Allahumma anta as-salamu wa minka as-salam tabarakta ya dhal jalali wal ikram. Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrika wa shukrika wa husni ibadatik. And to recite ayat al-kursi. And then we talked about the tasbihat, subhanallah, alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar, 33 times, and la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lah, lahul mulku wa lahul hamd, yuhyi wa yumit, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Once, that will make it 100 altogether. So we talked about these azkar. Today, inshallah, we'll add one more dhikr to these. And that is a hadith which is in Sahih al-Bukhari and Sunan al-Tirmizi, in which Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas radiyallahu anhu narrates a dua of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And the dua is so important that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam used to recite this dua after every fard salah. So after every fard salah, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam would make sure to recite this dua. And then Sa'ad radiyallahu anhu, who's one of al-Ashra al-Mubashshara, when he saw Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam giving it so much importance, he understood the value of the dua and the power of the dua and the importance of the dua. And therefore the hadith of Sunan al-Tirmizi says, وَكَانَ سَعْدٌ يُعَلِّمُ بَنِيهِ هَذِهِ الْكَلِمَاتِ كَمَا يُعَلِّمُ الْمُعَلِّمُ الصِّبْيَانَ الْكِتَابَةِ. Sa'ad radiyallahu anhu used to teach his children this dua. This is important. He used to teach his children this dua, and is not just tell them to read it, is not just tell them to memorize it, and then when you know it you read it. كما يعلم المعلم الصبيان الكتابة. The way teacher teaches young children how to read and write, how much importance you would give to the reading and writing, that you make sure that your children know how to read and write. This is how much importance Sa'ad radiyallahu anhu used to give to this dua, to make sure children know it word by word and they have it memorized and they recite it after every salah. A very important reminder for all of us that Sahaba Ridwanullahi alayhim ajma'een, they had the importance of this deen and everything that is related to the deen, the way we give importance to our worldly education in our time. Not to change the topic, but so that we can understand what we are talking here about, that Sa'ad radiyallahu anhu had so much importance of it, that he would teach them the way people teach children how to read and write. Sometimes people ask us that my children don't wake up for Salat al-Fajr. We wake them up, they're grown up now, they're teenagers, we wake them up, they don't want to wake up, they don't want to pray. What can you do? How much can you tell them? And normally it's a question, what should I do then? And what can you do? What can we do in that situation? So I tell them just one thing. I ask them that if your children will behave the same way when going to the school, when you wake them for the school and they don't want to wake up, when you are waking them up to go to the college and they don't want to wake up, are you going to do the same thing that, they are grown up, they understand everything, so if they don't wake up and they don't want to study, they don't want to go to the school, what can we do? Would you take it the same way? Or you make sure you wake them up because of the importance of education that you have in your mind? Wake them up, this is what I say. Wake them up the way you would wake them up for this school. That's it. In reality, Salah should be million times more important than everything else. But if we just give it the importance that we are giving it to their normal education, their schooling and their education, they will not miss a Salah. We know that. And I see in the society what people do for the education of their children. Not just education, even for the entertainment of their children. We spend more and we give more importance to even the entertainment of our children than we give importance to the Salah and to any other ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Anyway, this came up because of the wording of the hadith. Sa'd radiallahu anhu used to teach his children the dua the way teachers teach the students how to read and write. So this is how important this dua was to Sa'd radiallahu anhu, and of course he learned the importance of it from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. What is the dua? The dua is Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-jubni wal-bukhl wa a'udhu bika min an uradda ila ardhali al-umr wa a'udhu bika min fitnati ad-dunya wa a'udhu bika min fitnati al-qabr. Once again, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-jubni wal-bukhl وأعوذ بك من أن أرد إلى أرذل العمر وأعوذ بك من فتنة الدنيا وأعوذ بك من فتنة القبر. What does it mean? Ya Allah, I seek your protection from cowardness, jubn, being coward. What does that mean? Being scared? Is that the only thing it means? Of course. Don't be coward and don't be just scared of everything. A lot of people in our time, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, a result of loving the dunya, they are living a life of fear. Everything is scaring them in this world. Why? Because every fear comes in a form of you lose something of your dunya. No one can tell you you will lose your akhirah. No one will scare you and tell you, you will lose Jannah. If I please Allah, I will not lose Jannah. If I'll do what's right, I will not lose Jannah. So no one can make me lose Jannah because I'll do what's right. But generally the fear is the fear of losing of the dunya. What if I lose this? What if I lose my work? What if I lose my job? What if I don't make the amount of money that I would love to make? What if I can't buy what I would love to buy? So the fear of the love of dunya. When that love of dunya gets too deep, then the person starts living in fear. Always afraid of losing something of this dunya. And the fact is, dunya is designed such that you would lose it. Either the dunya will leave you or you will leave it. And nothing of this dunya would be helpful unless you would spend it. You don't use it, it's not going to help you. Use it, by using it, is going to start getting old and you will... Money, what's money? You have $1 million. You want to buy a house. The house worth 1.5 million. Now, from the worldly point of view, everyone looks at you, he has million in his account. Although we don't tell anyone and we hide it and we pretend that I don't have anything. But you have million. If people will find out, he has $1 million. But for you, this million, you will... The only way they are going to benefit you now, if you spend them. You have to spend the whole $1 million. In addition, you have to borrow another $500,000 to buy the house. If you don't spend your $1 million, it's not going to help you. So this is what the fact of the reality of dunya is. So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he's telling us not to be coward, which means don't develop that love of the dunya either, that will make you coward and always just loving this dunya and worrying about dunya. What if I lose it? What if I don't have it anymore? This is what makes people coward. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, once he saw one of his grandchildren and he says, "Innakum latujabbinuna wa tubakhilun." You make us coward and you make us very miser, which means because of you, we like to live for a long time. Because of you, we like to save a lot of money. So, jibn, another part of seeking Allah's protection against jibn, which is cowardness, is that don't lie, don't cheat people. This is the sign of cowardness. Coward people are liars. They lie. If you're brave, you don't have to lie. If you are young and you did something wrong and you know that you will be punished by saying the truth, don't be scared. Say the truth. Don't try to hide your fault, your wrongdoing by lying, because the result of lying is worse than the punishment that you will receive right now for saying the truth. So, jibn, Ya Allah, I seek your protection against cowardness. وَأَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنَ الْجُبْنِ وَالْبُخْلِ. The second thing is miserliness. Ya Allah, I seek your protection from being in that position where I just like to hold everything to myself. I don't want to share anything with anyone. The person, every time when he wants to spend, he's thinking, should I? And there are different levels of of miserliness. Some people, they spend on themselves, on their families, but they don't spend on others. There are some others who don't even spend on themselves and on their families. They want to buy even food. Oh, I'm going to spend this money. I'm going to spend this much now. So they don't even spend on themselves. They don't even take care of the needs and the necessities of their family members, let alone spending on others. I'm not talking about being extravagant and just keep on buying everything you feel like buying, but no, taking care of our needs in a good way, and then spending on others. This is a very great quality of a believer and of a human being. To keep on, to have that heart that you would spend on others and be happy by spending on others, just as you're happy by spending on yourself. So, seeking Allah's protection, and this is a long topic, inshallah, we can talk about it some other time. Seeking Allah's protection against bukhl, against being miser. And وَأَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنْ أَنْ أُرَدَّ إِلَىٰ أَرْذَلِ الْعُمُرِ. I seek your protection from going back to that old age where the person becomes like a child again. This is أَرْذَلِ الْعُمُرِ. That you become so old that because of the old age, the person starts losing the brain and behaving like a child. Some people, they live for long, 100 years, over 100 years, but they don't go back to that age where they behave like a child. But some people, even in their 70s, they start behaving like a child. Where is my tissue? And just like children, they worry so much about their candy. This is how much these people will worry even about their tissue paper. Did someone touch something that belongs to me? Make sure no one touch anything that belongs to me. Don't even look at it. So, Ardal al-Umar, seeking Allah's protection from losing our mind in old age and becoming like a child. وَأَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنْ فِتْنَةِ الدُّنْيَا. Ya Allah, I seek your protection from the fitna of the dunya. We see dunya is full of fitna. There is so many fitnas in dunya. And especially in our time, every day new fitna is coming up. In fact, the problem with the situation we are going through nowadays, more fitnas are coming up. I don't know where are we heading in this at this time. And where are we going to end up with this situation, the way it's going? Every person today is a grand mufti of the country. This is allowed. This is allowed. Because of the situation of the country now, everything is allowed. Subhanallah. When did you study all of this? We thought you were in a different field. But no, now everyone is a grand mufti of the country. And everyone will just pick a hadith and start misleading people on the basis of his own understanding of it, because of what he likes to prove according to his understanding. So, ask Allah to protect you from all the fitnas of this dunya. وَأَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنْ فِتْنَةِ الدُّنْيَا وَأَعُوذُ بِكَ مِنْ فِتْنَةِ الْقَبْرِ. Ya Allah, I seek your protection against the fitna of the qabr. And this is very important too. In qabr, the difficulties that people would face based on their a'mal, on their deeds, we seek Allah's protection from all of those fitnas of the qabr. So, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us may Allah protect us from all of these things. Once again, what are these things? Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-jubni wal-bukhl. وأعوذ بك من أن أرد إلى أرذل العمر وأعوذ بك من فتنة الدنيا وأعوذ بك من فتنة القبر. Ameen. Ya Rabbal Alameen. So make this dua after every fard salah. Very important to be protected against all of these things. And this is, we see the mercy of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on us, that is teaching us these beautiful du'as free of charge. He's giving it these gifts to us so that we recite them and we don't end up being in those situations. May Allah protect us and give us tawfiq to recite these du'as after every salah. And may Allah accept these du'as on our behalf. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا وحبيبنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. آمين يا رب العالمين.